while I'm here mindlessly raking some 40mm plum slate on this job, I'm just going to tell you my plans for the rest of the year for this coming 2026 season. And then I realised that probably, well, I'm the least qualified person to tell you plans because I never really have any. Let me explain. Right, that's enough of that shoveling nonsense and raking stuff. What do I mean when I say I'm the least qualified person in making plans? Well, every spring over the winter, I think I've made a plan of where I want to go with the business. Or in the summer, if I take, it's not if any longer, I always take at least a week off in the summer. Never used to. Different story. Right, but yeah, if I take a week off in the summer, I'd always come back and kind of thought about what I'm doing and have some sort of plan. But the reality is, I just carry on as I've always done. Now, I think I'm kind of addicted to work. It's a habit that I've got into that I just feel I've got to go to work because years ago didn't particularly have a lot of money and you just had to work, really. There's no getting around that fact. And that's why now I graft and I do all sorts of stuff. People tell me that I do too much and that I'm always busy. Well, I am, but I don't try to be. It's just how it happens. And that seems to be my plan. That I don't have a plan. Whatever comes along, I'll do it if I'm interested, or I won't do it. And that's just generally it. I've got maintenance I've been doing for ages, and some of the maintenance isn't worth doing any longer because it's like historical prices and all that. And I always have a plan. I'm going to get rid of these and I get rid of them. Some are going to go. Some of the moaning people are definitely going to go this year. But yeah, I think I have a plan, and then I just drop back into the same old routine of do whatever comes along. Now, I'm not massively ambitious, I never have been, and growing the business kind of into bigger things, I don't particularly want it. And I think I've come to the realisation that I'm a bit like, yeah, whatever. Because it always works out. Money is easy enough to go and earn, right? And I think my video, or my little chat with you, is probably going to go from what my plan is. My plan, by the way, is to consolidate all my maintenance on 1 week, have a week free then to do other jobs, one-off jobs, raking 40mm plum slate, all very exciting. How that works out, I don't know, because normally the weather comes in and disrupts it, and then you've got maintenance here, there, and everywhere new. But that's my plan. But like I say, in reality, I'll just do as I've always done and just do whatever comes in and just graft and keep going. Like I say, I think it's a bit of a challenge for me working. Like, how much can I do and how much can I push out? And then it's just also, like I say, a bit of habit. And am I addicted to it? No, I don't think so, but I just feel I need to. I feel guilty if I stay at home. So what I really wanted to chat to you, that I realised when I was raking plum slate, was when is enough enough? Do you mean I don't owe a penny in my business to anyone? In my and our personal life, we don't owe a penny to anyone either. So I'm not sure what that saying is. Comfort is a killer of ambition or something like that. I don't know, but I'm quite comfortable, do you mean? I haven't got to go out killing myself all the time. But then again, I'm not extravagant. I said in a previous video that my friend says we live comfortable but not extravagant lives. I could easily, do you mean, go and buy a new van? And if I wanted a pickup truck, yeah, I could go buy a pickup truck rather than knocking around in some 28-year-old Daihatsu 4-track. But then that pickup truck's just going to cost money and sit there and do no real miles, and all my aspirations of hitching the trailer on and getting the digger on and doing loads of bigger jobs won't happen. I know it won't happen because I've planned it the last couple of years and it hasn't really happened. So yeah, when is enough enough? Do you mean, like, a couple of years ago, I had ambitions or not ambitions. I would like to have bought a bit of land and some small holdings, but the fact of it is, I'm living in the same house now with Tash, the wife. I'm living in the same house that I bought when I was 20. Do you know what I mean? A house is just somewhere you go to put your feet up. Now, obviously, if you've got kids and bills and all that, you have to be driven. But would I want to have a big business? Would I want to plan to think, right, this time next year, I'm going to have 3 vans on the road. and I'm going to really push to get all the maintenance in the local area. I'm going to push the area further away, and I'm going to get a team of guys to do it and get off the tools. Getting off the tools sounds quite nice, but I do know people who've got bigger, and then the hassle then of having all those people work for you. It's kind of, you want a business, you start a business, and then it gets bigger and bigger, then it becomes an animal of its own, and then you've got to get so much in to feed this beast that's always eating, and it's always eating money, so you've got to keep getting jobs in, and that's fine if you want to do that, but I don't know, sounds a lot of headache. I know I'm like, yeah, whatever, but work's easy enough to come by, money's easy enough to earn. If you put the effort in, if you get out there, you can always earn money. So I know there's a cost of living thing going on at the minute, and petrol's going up. I just fill up and just whatever it comes to, whenever it comes to. There was a couple of guys bitching behind me in the queue the other day, and they were bitching about how their full tank had gone up by £12-13, something like that, I don't know. And then just like looking around to see who possibly they were, they got like arms full of like sandwiches and meals deals and Costa Coffees from the garage, which probably would have come to more than whatever their extra in the bill is. And I'm thinking, well, take your flask. Do you know what I mean? We all enjoy the nice things, but just make some food in the house. If you're that fussed about your petrol costing you extra 13 quid, okay, if it's killing you, take your own food. Do you know what I mean? Don't go and buy a £4 Costa Coffee. I've no idea how much Costa Coffee is. Never been, I don't think. I went to Costa in Barcelona twice, I think. A bit hungover. It was quite close to the hotel. Yeah, but I just don't go. Do you know what I mean? It might be scabby, but then why God invented flasks so you didn't have to go to Costa Coffee, basically. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm chatting about. It's just, have a plan. Yeah, do well in work. But just realise, do you know what I mean, sometimes the grass isn't always greener, is it? You see these people, especially on social media, and half of it's made up. Do you know what I mean? What I put out is what I do. I'm busy, and I show you the stuff that goes on. But some of I've just got recently into Instagram, some of the stuff you see on Instagram, it's just all kind of egotistic, innit? Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. When is enough enough? And I definitely wouldn't want to be employing kind of people. You can't even call them staff any longer, do you mean? They're not a member of staff, they're your people. Let me tell you, if I worked for someone, I would want to be a member of staff. I wouldn't want to be their people. I'm my own person, do you know what I mean? Gone are the days, I think, like I'd never employ someone again. Do you mean, I've got a great lad working for me at the minute on some scheme, but he'll kind of outgrow me once he's got some experience, so it's nice to give a young lad some experience, but once he goes, do you know what I mean, once he's moved up and gone past wherever I can offer, I'll never employ anyone again. I know you say never, but I just don't think I will, because it's just, it seems a headache again. Always seems a bit of a headache for me, because you've got so many things you've got to look after now with people working for you. It's not like years ago where you could say, right, it's going to be this many hours, this much money, turn up, do what we said we do, get paid. Do you know what I mean? You say, they're your people. No, I would hate that. I'm my own person. I don't belong to any company. Do you know what I mean? I'm a member of your staff. But no, it's people, and they've got more rights than you now than, do you mean you've been working 30 years to build a business, and then 3 months someone comes in and they can ruin you just because they got all the rights, which I don't agree with that anyway. So that would be another headache that I wouldn't want to get into. So having plans, I am definitely not the person to chat to you about any sorts of plans, okay? Yes, go out there and graft, have an idea. If you want to build your business. But at some point, just realise enough is enough. There's a line, I think, where you think, I'm doing well, doing fine, before it all comes to a cliff edge, and physically, mentally, financially, combination of all three, you're going to go off that cliff down into shit creek, and it's all going to go wrong. Okay, so be happy. Do you know what I mean? Be happy where you are sometimes. Grass is not always greener. Anyway, I'm finishing this job here, and 2 o'clock I'm going to load some turf on to do a bit of turfing tomorrow morning, and then some other bits and bobs I finished off. Weather's taken a turn for the worst. We're at the end of March now. So yeah, I've done pretty much all my first cuts on the lawns. So yeah, my plan is for this year, again, it won't work out, is a week of maintenance. Have the van, have the kit all sorted, all the mowers sharpened, greased, ready to go, all perfect, van set up. Get all the maintenance done out. There'll always be a couple of scraggly ones, hangers on, in the following week. And then the following week, I'll have that week free for taking on jobs that kind of one-offs, clearance, tidies, people who want lawns ripped up and chippings put down. That job, by the way, before anyone comments, it's not going to be walked over, it's just decorative. Otherwise it would have been dug out and it would have had a sub base, and then probably not that I do those, but I know you can fit the geogrids and all that, and then the stone going off, it was going to have a car parked on there, but it's just purely so the person hasn't got to cut the lawn and it looks like chippings. But yeah, so I'd have a week then for doing all those. Or if I wanted a week off, I could have a week off and go on holiday. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm rambling. I've always rambled, but yeah, that's just it. I think I'm gonna make a move and get back to doing stuff because I like to be busy. I'm not addicted to work. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have plans. If you do want to build your business to the biggest gardening business in the country, then that's fine. Good on you. You'll probably do well. You'll probably earn your millions and retire when you're 30 and live in Barbados or something. Anyway, I'm quite happy here. Catch you later. Cheers. Bye.
My brother Bill and my other brother Jack, belly full of beer and a possum in a sack. 15 kids in the front porch light, Louisiana Saturday night. When the kinfolk leave and the kids get fed, me and my woman gonna slip off to bed. Have a little fun when we turn out the lights, Louisiana Saturday night. Well, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow, kick off your shoes and you throw 'em on the floor. Dance in the kitchen till the morning light, Louisiana Saturday night.